I'm Carolyn Hay, Director of the Central Support Structure. That basically means that my team and my colleagues are responsible for building the site. So if you love it, tell me. And if you have things that you think we should improve, tell me that as well. And we'll do our best, because it is, after all, a community site that we're building for you. I'm co-presenting with Richard Medich, who's the community manager who works to build the social media side of things and also to build the whole community up. And he'll tell you more about that as we go on with the session. This session is essentially a series of multimedia presentations. So we have our fingers crossed that the technology is going to work for us. We wanted to give you a little taste of something different after lunch, having had a lot of presentations and different formats this morning. We thought it would be nice to have some videos, see some information about how EPALE came to be. There's quite a history between EPALE, and you'll notice that I do say EPALE. We decided EPALE sounded European, but of course a lot of Europeans think that it's just a normal word to them. So that we chose EPALE, but don't feel you have to use EPALE. In fact, I think Richard, you refer to it as EPALE? Yes? Okay. So, yeah, because he's Australian. So, okay, so the presentations we'll go through the story of EPALE and the history of it. Some of you will remember something about the background to this, for those of you who've been involved in Grundtvig, because there is a history of the platform being talked about at Grundtvig events. We're also going to describe the editorial values that we've got for the site, and introduce some of the teams behind EPALE, including the central support structure, but also the coordinators of the thematic areas, which have just come live in the last few days, actually. Not the coordinators haven't just come live. The thematic areas have just come live in the last few days. And we've got a coordinator for each of those themes. Richard will take a look at some of the site features and actually run you through some of the parts of the site, for those of you who are not familiar with it. And he's going to introduce the community and what community means in relation to EPALE. And finally, we're going to have some live social media action, aren't we, Richard?
Any luck?
Yeah, as long as the technology works. So that's the session we've got coming up. And could we start with the first presentation? Yeah, drum roll. Where's the music? There's no music. Aha. Okay, so that gives you a little history of all of the key stages that have happened, and we can make that available to you online, and also we can adapt that for if you wanted to use it at events and that kind of thing. Okay, the next section of the presentation is going to introduce you to the members of the central support structure and the various roles that they have, and it's in a series of video presentations. And there's also a presentation of the thematic coordinators, and they'll be talking about what their interests are in the thematic area that they're leading, and also they'll be telling you about some of the interesting topics that they'll be blogging on and trying to get you involved in discussion on the forums about. So let's see if we can get the second presentation queued up.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Hay. I'm the Director of the Central Support Structure for EPALE. That means that I'm managing the overall team and the Partnership of Delivery Agency. I'm responsible for the successful delivery of the site. Talk to me if you want to discuss anything related to the strategic level of the site. In a nutshell, I deal with the big picture surrounding EPALE.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm the EPALE Project Manager, and I'm the link between the European Commission, the technical development and the editorial teams, and you, the user. I work with Carolyn, focusing on the strategic direction of the platform and make sure that the site is developing as planned on a day-to-day basis. Come and speak to me if you have any queries about what's happening behind the scenes or practical matters to do with the platform and what will be happening next on EPALE.
Hi, I'm Mary and I'm EPALE's Senior Editor. I'm responsible for setting the editorial direction of the site and looking at what you as the users find engaging so that EPALE always stays relevant to you. I do this by working with the thematic coordinators to plan blog posts and engaging with teachers and bloggers across Europe to make sure that EPALE's content is always for the adult learning community and by the adult learning community.
Hi, my name is Roman. I'm the Junior Editor for EPALE. I help with the implementation of EPALE's editorial policy. I'm also responsible for quality checking uploaded content on the platform, and I also help with coordinating the translations of important material for the community.
My name is Eva. I am the face behind the help desk, and I coordinate the resource centre and the calendar of events. I work on a day-to-day basis with the national support services to ensure that the needs of the user, you, are met.
Hello, I'm Eric Chatenier. I'm a member of the EPALE Central Support Service, and I'm in charge of the coordination of the development of the platform, the translation of content, and the monitoring of the activities that are happening on the site.
Hi, my name is Elif Spitzer. I'm a member of the CSS. I'm the platform technical manager. I'm responsible for identifying business requirements to design and develop the platform and to take care of the maintenance and the quality.
My name is Richard Medic. I'm the community manager at EPALE and I'm a member of the Central Support Service. Part of my role is to establish and to build the community on the EPALE site. I also manage the social media presence for EPALE and to provide training and support to our national partners.
Hello, my name's Ian Atkinson. I'm Thematic Coordinator for the Learner Support theme within EPALE. Learner support really, as a theme, covers a lot of very, very interesting topics and discussions that are very important, I think, to adult learning and the future of adult learning in general. We're very much focusing on particular disadvantaged groups within the theme, so be that migrants, be it young people not in education, employment and training, neat young people, offenders, for example, people with low skills, also older learners. So there's very much a focus on social inclusion and the role that adult learning can play in supporting that. In terms of some of the blogs and issues that we'll look at in the future, coming up on the EPALE website, there'll be very much a focus on the kind of groups that I talked about. So a forthcoming blog, for example, is on migrants and asylum seekers, and looking at some approaches that have been taken to integrating them within the host societies, using adult learning as a tool for this, and some of the ways in which that can be done. We'll also have a few quite interesting blogs, I think, coming up around, for example, the use of new technology in supporting individuals and particular groups to engage in adult learning. So, for example, this might include computer games, how that can be used to support individuals' literacy and numeracy, for example. But very much it's around barriers to learning, how they can be addressed, how we can support people to engage in learning and therefore better themselves, and also social inclusion, how adult learning can really be used to support social inclusion. And as I say, these are some of the big issues that we'll be looking at.
Hi. I'm Simon Broek, within EPALE, Thematic Coordinator for Theme Learning Environments. I work for Ockham IPS and I'm a researcher on education and labour market issues. I conducted many European-wide studies on adult learning, for instance on reforms in adult learning, on quality in adult learning, and on key competences for adult learning professionals. In my studies, I always had an interest in the theme of learning environment because it is there that the actual learning, in whatever form, takes place. Within EPALE, I've been blogging about the role of ICT in establishing quality learning environments, valuing non-formal and informal learning, the issue about what constitutes a quality learning environment, and methods and tools for quality adult learning delivery, also online. In the future, I would like to discuss issues concerning transforming the environment in which adults live and work into learning environments, learning cities, and issues about wider benefits of adult learning. And for this, I would like to invite you to participate.
Hi, my name is Maria Tsoya and I'm responsible for the life skills area on the EPALE platform. I come from Romania, the city of Timișoara, and I am the director of the Romanian Institute for Adult Education. Basic skills for adults is one of my main interests, and at the same time it's one of the main research directions in my institute. Over the years, we have been involved in several research projects and studies on the topic. I'm also involved in similar work at European level, and I'm a member in the Executive Committee of the European Basic Skills Network. I'm also representing my institute in the adult team of ELINET, which is the European Literacy Policy Network. Up until now, the blogs that have been written for the life skills area are focusing on different issues, such as the digital competence for basic skills teachers, professionalization of basic skills teachers, the discourse around basic skills teachers as a distinct adult learning profession, and many other interesting topics.
Hello, my name is Andrew McCoshen and I'm responsible for the quality theme on the EPALE platform. I've been working in the field of lifelong learning for more than 25 years, and I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to use that experience in a practical way to help to develop the community of policymakers and practitioners that will gradually build up around the platform. Quality pervades nearly all aspects of lifelong learning. So not surprisingly, under the quality theme, we're going to be dealing with a wide variety of topics, from such things as the professional development of adult educators, through innovations in curriculum and pedagogy, to the introduction of quality systems and provider accreditation arrangements. So far, blogs have been produced on the impact of digital learning technologies and recent developments in the professionalisation of staff in the sector. We've also looked at the 2015 Commission Work Programme from the aspect of quality in adult learning. In the future, we're going to be looking at how best to accommodate digital learning technologies within adult education programmes, and also look more closely at quality assurance systems.
Hi, my name is Aaron Rajani. I'm a senior research consultant at Icarus UK. I've been working in adult education for over 10 years now, particularly in the fields of basic skills, employability and work-based learning. For EPALE, I'm thematic coordinator for adult learning systems and policies, as well as research and best practice. With the former, I will seek to highlight and debate key developments in adult learning systems, legislation, funding and policies at EU and individual member state level. In terms of research and best practice, I will draw attention to the latest and most relevant research and evaluation in adult learning. In particular, I will seek to provide examples of best practice within the EU across a range of areas, such as work-based learning, the use of technology, and innovative funding mechanisms for adult learning. Some of the topics that I've covered so far within my blogs include the EU e-skills agenda, debate around the use of MOOCs in adult education, as well as approaches to incentivising learning at work. Going forward, I'd like to look at innovation within the adult education sector in greater detail, as well as perhaps the shifting focus of basic skill competencies and various roles that national qualification frameworks can play across member states in the EU.
Okay, so that should give you a flavour of all the people that have been working on the platform and have brought it to the stage that it's at the moment. And all of the staff are here today, so hopefully you've had a chance to speak to them already, or maybe we'll do over the drinks reception when they've relaxed a little bit. And all the thematic coordinators are here too. So please speak to them, talk to them about what they're going to be blogging on, give them suggestions and ideas, and also comment on the blogs that come up there. That would be great. So the final presentation is of the national support structures, and what we've done here is we've collated a few of the sets of objectives and some of the photographs that we've had and other media materials we've had from the national support structures. As was mentioned in the main presentation, there are 30 national support structures around Europe and beyond. So unfortunately we couldn't actually have 30 separate slides here, so we've just picked a few out. And you can see more of the NSS's work out in the exhibition area, and you can look at some of the presentations which are absolutely superb that they've pulled together on the multimedia screens out there. So if we could have the final presentation on the national support structures, that would be great. Okay, as you can see, there's been some really superb materials being developed by the national support structures to get more information out in their countries and to stakeholders about the work that they're doing. Some really creative things going on there, and we hope that continues for the foreseeable future. Okay, the other organisation that I should mention that's involved in the platform is the European Basic Skills Network. But we have a speaker, Graciela Bertoli, who's going to be speaking after this. So she'll tell you more about their involvement and all the help and support they've given us over the last year and a half.